Have you ever wondered what drives us? What motivates us? The things that inspire us to do more and excel more? We at LPU Batangas are driven by passion, dedication, challenges, and opportunities. Every day, we take new steps to a continuous journey to improve and grow, raising the bar of quality and excellence in education beyond borders. Welcome to Lyceum of the Philippines, University Batangas.
Hi and good day everyone. I am Sir Ivan and welcome to the Global English Competitiveness Program. This is a project of the Commission on Higher Education in partnership with these outstanding and prestigious universities and learning institutions here in the Philippines. To start off, let me introduce our virtual friend and learning assistant, Laika.
Thanks, Sir Ivan. In this contemporary time, the role of print media is incredibly significant in the promotion of trade, commerce, and business, and even initiate change in society. The readers get the knowledge of any and every activity happening in and around the areas of their concern. They read about the opinion and reviews, the banner stories, and feature articles to know about the incident in detail. Printed newspapers are known to widen the range of public topics, events, and issues their audience is aware of. There are reasons to assume that their online counterparts help increase their audience's perceived agenda to a lesser extent. The way print newspapers are structured and used is supposed to lure readers into reading stories they may not have been interested in beforehand. In the Philippines, the online media has immensely played a part in delivering news to the public. These may also be the media being utilized by the so-called millennials, the Gen Z generation, or those digital natives who grew up in an electronics-filled and increasingly online and socially networked world. They are the generation that has received the most marketing attention, and this is also to which learners of today mostly belong. Hence, analyzing news articles published in these media forms is vital to have a better understanding of its content and value. Now, let's begin with Lesson 1. Beat the deadline. Now, let's proceed to our lesson proper. Our lesson is discourse markers used in news articles and collocation. Discourse markers, words like however, although, and nevertheless, are linking words and linking phrases, or sentence connectors. They may be described as the glue that binds together a piece of writing, making the different parts of the text stick together. They are used less frequently in speech, unless the speech is very formal. Without sufficient discourse markers in a piece of writing, a text would not seem logically constructed and the connections between the different sentences and paragraphs would not be obvious. Care must also be taken, however, to avoid overuse of discourse markers. Using too many of them, or using them unnecessarily, can make a piece of writing sound too heavy and artificial. They are important but must only be used when necessary. What are the different discourse markers that can be used? There are many discourse markers that express different relationships between ideas. The most common types of relationship between ideas and the sentence connectors that are most often used to express these relationships are given in the table below. The discourse markers in the table are generally used at the start of a phrase or clause. A clause is a minimal grammatical structure that has meaning in its own right, and consists of a subject and verb, and often an object too. Sentence connectors do not always begin a completely new sentence, they may be separated from the previous idea with a semicolon. Note that there are two features of the sentence connectors indicated below. Sentence connectors can be used to begin a new sentence or a new clause that follows a semicolon. Some sentence connectors can be placed in different positions within the sentence. Initial position. For example, because he is ill, he needs to rest. And midway position at the start of another clause. For example, he must rest because he is ill. What are linking words? Discourse markers, linkers, as defined by OnlineTeacherSuk.com, are words or phrases that we use to make links between words in a sentence. These discourse markers are used in both spoken and written English. Here we will focus on discourse markers in writing and formal spoken English, commonly known as linking words. Linkers are a way of making connections between ideas and sentences. Formal and informal linkers. Informal linking words are used in spoken English. You can link your ideas with words and phrases like "I mean, honestly, after all, besides, and in any case." It is useful to learn which linking words are most appropriate in formal and informal situations. In an email, you might choose linking words such as so, but, and because. These should already be familiar. In an essay, you are more likely to choose formal linkers, such as therefore, however, consequently, on the contrary, and moreover. There are some linking words that are so formal that you may choose not to use them at all in your writing. Examples include thus, hence, and nonetheless. Linking words and sentence position. Many linking words are used at the beginning of a sentence, while others can be used in the middle or at the end. Words and phrases connected with sequencing and structure appear at the start of a sentence. Examples include first, secondly, finally, and in conclusion. Adverbs, which express the writer's opinion, also occur at the start of a sentence, for example, evidently and obviously. Linking words can be used between clauses in the middle of the sentence. Examples include words that contrast ideas, however, although, show consequence, therefore, as a result, and phrases that add more information, moreover, furthermore. A few linking words can be placed at the end of the sentence. Look at the following example: learning a second language is motivating. It can be very difficult, however. Punctuation. The use of punctuation with some linking words and phrases is important. Some grammar books provide you with specific rules about punctuation and clauses in a sentence. The most important reason for using punctuation in a sentence is so the reader can understand your intended meaning. Punctuation, particularly commas, should help the reader to identify clauses in your writing and lead to a clearer understanding of the text. Linking words. Meanings and uses. Conjunctions are a familiar group of linking words, which join two clauses in a sentence, such as but, because, or however. In fact, linking words have many different functions in a sentence and range from single words to phrases of up to 4 words. The categories below show the most common types of linking words. Now let's have an activity. Fill in the following sentences with the correct linking device. Number 1 is done for you. Thus, sentences with action verbs will be more concise and more conversational. The transitional word thus is used to indicate a conclusion or a result based on the information provided in the preceding sentence or sentences. In this context, it suggests that the statement following thus is a logical consequence of the information discussed earlier. The sentence conveys that using action verbs in sentences results in increased conciseness and conversational tone, emphasizing the cause and effect relationship between the mentioned action verbs and the desired writing style. Now, let's discuss collocations. Collocations. A collocation is a group of 2 or more words that are almost always put together to create a specific meaning. Using a different combination of words sounds unnatural or awkward. A collocation is a word or phrase that is often used with another word or phrase in a way that sounds correct to people who have spoken the language all their lives, but might not be expected from the meaning. In the phrase a hard frost, hard is a collocation of frost and strong would not sound natural. The combination of words formed when 2 or more words are often used together in a way that sounds correct is called collocation. The phrase a hard frost is a collocation. Match the following collocations utilized in print and online media to their corresponding meaning. News values. News values, according to Owen Spencer Thomas, 2017, is a general guidelines or criteria which determine how much prominence a media outlet gives a news story. They explain why a story interests its audience, and how editors and other journalists decide that one piece of information is news while another is not. Further discussion about news values is on your module. Now testing your communicative skills in reading, refer to the article lifted from ChinaDaily.com and justify the presence of the following news values. Now, to check on your understanding of the lessons discussed. Here are some activities for you to try out. And that ends lesson 1. There you have it, Sir Ivan, back to you.
Thank you, Laika. You're such a big help. For your writing and speaking output, rubrics adapted from the Cambridge Language Test Scale are also provided, or you can have your work checked by ChatGPT. Now, to wrap up lesson 1 of module number 10, on enriching your vocabulary, we are presented with words used in news writing. In grammar, you are introduced to the discourse markers and collocations. And in developing your communicative skills, listening, reading, writing, and speaking, you exercise your ability to synthesize, evaluate, gloss information, and more importantly, express yourself. I hope you had fun learning. Until next time, I am Teacher Ivan. Learn differently and live differently.